Hello and welcome for my after game evaluation, my end game analysis, or simply put, my conclusion to today's games. Here I will give my opinion on the games, on the deck. Did it perform well? Was it fun? So without further ado, what did I think of the deck? Was it any good? Well, it was pretty powerful, I guess. Siege Rhino and Geist certainly pack a lot of punch, but the real power of the deck lies in the swarm of small creatures like Goblin Guide, Curd Ape and Wild Nacatl. Burning Tree Emissary helps to accelerate out a lot of creatures early, but I don't know if this card is really that strong in this deck specifically. It might need another 2-drop it can cast, because all the other 2-drops are either burn spells, which we probably don't want to cast off of the mana of Burning Tree Emissary, or the Pride Mage, which we can't cast off of it. So maybe Scavenging Ooze should move to the main, I don't know. But all in all, the ability to pump out a swarm of small creatures early is very strong, and there are a lot of decks that simply can't deal with that effectively. Especially if we can burn off or remove their blockers once they are trying to stabilize. And after they stabilized, we can still punch through with Siege Rhinos and Angel tokens and finish them off with burn. In fact, there's so much burn in this deck that we don't even need to play a creature to kill them. If we're not counting Siege Rhino, we have 41 points of burn in the deck with Tribal Flames, Lightning Bolt and Attack Command, counting Tribal Flames for 5 each, which is insane. And the Siege Rhinos add another 12 points of burn to that list. So that makes 53 points of burn, which can go straight to the face. And that's quite a lot. So we don't even need to attack with our creatures to kill our opponent. And in fact, even when we are very far behind and we start off with a 5-card hand, for example, we can still pull off a win, because if we just keep drawing burn spell after burn spell, that's enough to win most games. However, this is also the liability of this deck. When our opponent can stabilize the board and has a steady stream of life flowing in, there's not much we can do to finish them off. Our small creatures are going to get outclassed quickly, and if we can't finish it off with burn, then we probably won't be able to win the game. So what is the card that really this deck is afraid of the most? I think that's Kitchen Finks. We can counter large life gains, bursts of life gain with Attack Command, but Kitchen Finks just trades off twice against our creatures and gains 4 life in the process. So using Attack Command to deny him 2 life is not that big of a deal. We probably get more out of it if we use it to pump our team once. However, together with the life and the ability to trade off for 2 of our cards, it's basically a 3-for-1 against our deck. And if the Absalom decks that are running Kitchen Finks are heavily featured in the metagame, this deck is probably not going to do that well. You might be able to prepare against them to get more Path to Exiles in the deck, or Pillar of Flames maybe, but that one is a bit suspect. We really want our burn to also go to the face, and putting Pillar in the deck is something that will lower the power level of the deck significantly. So I don't know if it's worth it just to deal with Kitchen Finks. Maybe in the sideboard instead of Lightning Helixes? I don't know. The Becoming Mans I'm also not sure about. It's great to get people by surprise, but once they've seen it, it becomes a lot less powerful. Still, you can use it to trade for one of their blockers. Use it to punch through a bunch of damage once your creatures are starting to get outclassed. So it's useful there. It's just that it's so bad against spot removal, and there are a lot of decks in Modern that run a lot of spot removal. So once you go up against one of those decks, Becoming Mans becomes a lot less powerful. So that's what I think about the power level of the deck. Do I think it is fun to play? Well, yes, I even recorded a bonus game for it. I had a blast playing this deck. It is very explosive, capable of very explosive starts, and even when you're behind, there are a lot of draws that you can get to still win, especially Tribal Flames. This is basically Lava Axe for only 2 mana that can also go to creatures. This card is insane. And it will, it's the reason to play Domain, it's the reason to play this deck, and is a really fun deck to play. If you're looking for an aggressive deck that is resilient and can win from a lot of situations, I would heartily recommend this deck. This is the list again, so if you're looking to copy it, just pause it. I don't know if the list is optimized yet. Like I said, the Burning Tree emissaries probably should go with something on the 2-drops that they can actually help cast, but Kird Ape into Burning Tree into Kird Ape, Wildling Kettle is plenty powerful already. And also I'm not really sure about Becommancy yet. The rest of the deck I think is pretty solid. So there you go. I will be back next week with a new modern deck to show, to test and to play. So until next week.